We're trying to keep this simple today. With a shovel, we've got a pan, and I haven't been to this section of Reedy Creek in 5 years.
I'd made my way to Reedy Creek before sunup to set my high banker up and process some gold before the spice got too much. You see, we were at peak summer, and that means temperatures that could cook an egg are nothing more than a rock in your backyard.
This vaguely feels like old Vo-Gus prospecting, where I used to wake up at 5 AM 5 days a week to go out and dig holes before the sun got too hot. I mean, the sun's always hot. Anyway.
The key advantage I was looking forward to was that the water in Reedy Creek had dropped enough that I could access areas that were normally extremely deep.
This is where we find out, whoa, just how deep this pool is. That is a lot deeper than I was expecting it to be.
Gold tends to collect in the deepest sections of water, and so at high summer we get an opportunity to check places that are normally not accessible. There's only two problems that come with this. The extreme heat is one of them, and the hyper concentration of leeches in the water.
The water is actually warm to touch. And I mean, nighttime isn't even over yet. Clearly that's why I'm wearing a hat before the sun comes up, to protect me from the ultraviolet nighttime. This right there is the entirety of Reedy Creek's flow. Enjoy it. It's going to disappear in probably this week. Last time it stopped flowing was 2019. We should be able to get into some good gold once it completely stops flowing, and we'll only have stagnant puddles to pan in. And would you look at that? There's gold here. That's that super fine Reedy Creek gold that you all know and love. It's not a bad little speck count.
The last time I'd worked this spot was over 5 years previous, and I'd found some okay gold in some crevices. At the time, it was also dry. The crevices rarely yield good gold takes. Yeah, you can get some good pans, but I wanted volume of dirt.
Yeah, that one's a little better. That's actually pretty good.
I was looking for this kind of gold, but with 200 or 300 shovels worth of dirt.
Would you just look at this? Sometimes you spend all your time just looking, bouncing around from spot to spot. And I came back to where I originally looked, and I moved off to the side just to touch, and the gold got good. The gold got more impressive than what it was the first pan of the day. Now, I do have a high banker in the car, just not a lot of fuel. Hear that noise? That's these guys. He spent the better part of a decade underground, and I'm the tree that he's decided that he's going to develop on. So we've got to get you onto a real tree. Listen, little bicep beetle, your wings are nifty. Brother, you're spiky too. I know that probably doesn't sound like you would be, but your feet are kinda... He's got an anxious attachment style. All right, Leroy. Enjoy a bush.
Because of the low water, you are limited in how you can process dirt, and that's where high bankers really shine.
And to do that, I'm using my little Honda pump here, the maker of the Lamborghini Aventador. This Lamborghini lives in my car at this point in time, and that's all the fuel I've got. I got one tank, which should be enough to get some gold. And that's because while I was at the service station buying my iced coffee, I forgot to buy a liquid dinosaur. T-shirt in the description.
Nonetheless, a single tank out of the Lamborghini gets you about 3 hours runtime if you have it on idle.
Easy. 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 Accuracy by volume. It never ever works the first time, ever. Where's the button?
That's what she said, right? Right, fellas?
I found it. But I mean, there's always a first, right? Maybe it'll turn on first go.
We got there eventually.
It's hardly level. Like my mental state.
High bankers are what we call force multipliers. They allow us to process a lot of dirt really quickly, meaning that lean ground that doesn't have that much gold in it, suddenly becomes valuable. This is why I wanted volume of soil. Each pan only has about 20 specks in it. Each pan's made up of one large shovel worth of dirt, meaning every time I put a shovel down the high banker, I'm adding 20 specks of gold to my collection. And I can process about 6 shovels per minute through this high banker. That is, of course, if I'm fueled by enough coffee. So now all I had to do is keep feeding the high banker, and I should walk away with a decent amount of gold.
First 20 spoonfuls have been put through my little wash plant there. I did 20 spoonfuls in about 6 minutes. That is 10 pans worth of dirt. Much faster. Slight soil change, so we've got to do a test pan.
There's two things that you need to know about me. Bananas and berries, and I have a level of OCD when it comes to test panning. And that's because other than stubbing my toe at 3 o'clock in the morning whilst I'm butt-ass naked just trying to make it to the sink so I can get a cup of water and go have a nap time, the only thing I hate more is digging worthless dirt through a high banker. But considering I was finding little pieces of crystal, and the speck count had remained the same, I was all good.
Why is this one so slippery? Noisy noise machine. Noisy loud machine off. That combination has led me to 50 whole shovels and a little bit of a workout this morning. Give us your best Arnold. That's a bit Elon Musky actually. Just gone 8 AM and the sun is finally out. She is one bright, magnificent mother rudder. Why did I leave my sunglasses at home?
With 50 shovels of soil removed out of the area I was digging, I was starting to find shattered, decayed bedrock at the bottom. The bedrock on Reedy Creek is granite, and it's really hard. That's why we use it for countertops, and John Wick gets to smash people's heads into it. But in our case, if you manage to find some granite that's decaying, it means it's been there for a long time, with a lot of river gravel travelling over the top of it. And the longer any particular spot's been left alone, the better it usually is.
This is not a sponsored coffee break because Dare refuses to come to the table, which is unfortunate because I feel like we could have a good partnership. Anyway, this video is sponsored by my own company, The Old Mouldy. That's where we sell all of our gold, gemstones, crystals, the stuff we find out here in the wilds of Australia land. Everything but Vegemite sandwiches, which is perhaps an oversight. So unlike Dare, if you would like to sponsor the channel, check out theoldmouldy.com.au. The link's in the comments. I mean in the description. It's somewhere down below, go click.
Just loudly, how epic are those clouds? Holy crap, I did not see that when I was filming this.
Oh, look at that, it's like a perfect cube rock. This is Minecraft in real life. You know what's actually annoying? We took the kids out of the mines, and then the #1 game in 2025 is bloody Minecraft. Children yearn for the mines. And I'm not saying we should give it to them, but it's worth a consideration for maybe the older ones. There's actually some alright looking clay in that. Holds up a leaf. There's some okay looking clay in that. This is a nice stick.
And because my spoons were suddenly full of nice sticks, I had to do a test pan.
I'm almost out of dinosaur electricity. The sluice box is doing real well, and I just hit a layer that has more gold in it. It's a flash flood layer. It's full of leaf debris, sticks, bandicoots, and drop bear babies. I'm almost out of petrol, so I'm gonna have to work my ass off now to get as much of that as I can.
And then it finally happened. With the fireball in the sky well and truly up, the petrol ran out. We got gold in the top riffle. Holy crap! Yeah, we do. That is a proper pocket of gold.
The amount of rocks in my sluice box is probably the right amount, but it doesn't make it easy getting the driver riffle out. There we go. 70+% of our gold, if not more, is caught right up the top. I can see gold all over that piece of miner's moss. Definitely a home cleanup job, but there is some good looking gold in there.
All of this gold and a little bit more is going to my patrons on the $25 Paydirt tier. A massive thank you to all the channel members and patrons who've jumped on over the last month, and for my long-term ones who've been with me forever. You guys are bloody legends. And there it is. My high banking session all cleaned up. Pumpkin for scale. I'm thinking there's about a gram there, which is not a huge amount, but given that I have very limited time to start prospecting in the morning, I'd be happy with a gram. 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, 5, ooh, 8, 9, just over 1.06. A gram of gold these days is worth about 150 Australian dollars for a couple hours work in the morning before the heat. I think that's pretty damn good. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one.